friends, it's Renee, and I am jumping on to show you a couple of things. I am making a Lola, and let me show you what fabric I'm making it out of. So I'm making it out of this Rio Reptile Blue, I think it is. It's discontinued from my punk border, but I love this. And I enlarged the Lola. I like it a little bit larger. But this is pretty thick. And so you can't make, or my domestic machine, semi-industrial machine, will not sew through as far as handles and fold them over like that. And so I bought silver marine vinyl for my handles. So I did that. I think that's going to look good. Hopefully, I think it's going to look good. But I also want to do different, how to attach the handles, the straps to the purse, which I always do different than the normal on the Lolas. I just don't like attaching the whole thing to the purse. I like doing strap attachments. What do you call these things? Strap connectors. So I wanted this shape. Can y'all see that? And I didn't want to cut it out myself. So I looked on Etsy and I found a website where they sell this for the SVG file for my silhouette to cut it out. And I'll put the link below. I don't remember the website, but I'll put the link below. So anyways, this is pretty thick, and I had to do it. When I did it the first time, I did 3 passes per each one, and then I did it again the second time and did 3 passes for each, and it still didn't cut all the way through. So I may have to do a adjustment to how deep my, whatever you call those things. I'm having a brain freeze here. My cutter cuts. But I was able to cut them out because it was mostly cut through. But I don't like the sides showing. I glued them together. It was like one long, both sides. There was 2 of these, and I just folded it in half. And I glued them together with tacky glue. So I don't want the size to show, so I tested out one of them with mixing some colors to see if I can get the right color. So I think I found the right color. So I want to do an edge coat. But you know, on my previous video, I did a homemade edge coat, and that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do a homemade edge coat. So let's see. Let me move you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to shake you up a minute. There you go. So I've mixed 2 colors. And they have to be acrylic. I mixed the this color, which is the true blue, and then I mixed just a regular matte white. And I didn't mean to get matte white. I mean, that's what I had on. These I had on hand. So anyway, so I mixed them up, and I mixed these two together first, and then I add my fabric softener because that's what the recipe is for your homemade edge coat. So the recipe is 1 teaspoon of acrylic paint and 1/8. Start out with 1/8 of a teaspoon of your fabric softener. The more fabric softener you put on there, the thicker it's going to be. And I didn't measure today. It's kind of like my baking sometimes. I didn't measure, and sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. So we're going to put this on and see how it looks, and then we're going to let it dry, and then I'm going to sew up my Lola, and I'll do that in another video if you want to watch. There's 1,000 videos on Lolas out there, but if you want to watch some sewing to maybe inspire you, then you can watch. So here we go. I'm going to take this little foam brush, and I'm dipping just a little bit in there at a time just to do the sides so it doesn't go over. And I may have to apply it twice to get the thickness that I want. I am just loving this Rio Reptile, and it breaks my heart that it's discontinued. So I got one side. Let me try a little bit thicker right there. I'm not wearing my mic, so I hope you could hear me. I know my voice doesn't carry, but I was just hopping on here real quick. So let me do the other side. My life is calming down just a little bit. I've been through grandbabies. My son just graduated from college. He didn't start college till 2 years, I think it was, after he graduated from high school. And he is, I'm getting all over my hands, on staff now at a church in North Georgia. So there's the edge. It matches pretty good, doesn't it? And we're just going to let that dry. And I may put another coat just to keep it a little bit thick like the edge coat, the real edge coat. But even if it's not thick like the real edge coat, it's still covering the edge. And if you get any on here, you can just wipe it off later on. You can see where my machine didn't cut it and I had to cut it myself. It's kind of uneven at the point right there. See? Oh well, I'm not sweating it. I'll trim it up. I don't think anyone's going to notice, really. I have been making the Wayfarer sling and what was the other one? The Sandhill sling. I've been selling those. I made one for myself. My husband and I are taking a trip to New York in July. And so I made one for myself to take. And I showed it on my Facebook page what I made, and somebody wanted to buy it. I had 3 people interested. And so I sold it to the first taker. Okay, that was not as neat. So you can probably, it'd be best to keep a little paper towel. I don't have a paper towel, but I have some tissue. I just got over a cold. I was sick all last week. So my son graduated May 13th. And so I had a house full of company. And 2 weeks before that, my oldest daughter was here with my grandbaby. And I watched her, my grandbaby, while they went to a concert. And then, it's like I've had one thing after another, company. And you know, that takes a lot. You got to cook. And my kids joke that I don't cook anymore. And I'm like, well, there's no one to cook for. It's just me and your dad. And they say, well, y'all never ate out that much when we were at home. I'm like, well, yeah. We didn't have any money. I told them that's why you see old people in these sports cars, because they can afford them now. They couldn't afford them when all their kids are home. You know that's the truth. So I'm just going to do the edge and then get some tissue and wipe it off. And my sewing room is a disaster. Disaster. I'm not worried about it right now. Not going to worry about it. So there's another one. Putting that down here. Let's see, I did that one. Oh, I've got 3 done already? Got 3 done. Don't you just love this strap connector? I just love this shape. I think I got a lot more paint than I really needed. So keep that in mind too. You don't need a whole plate full like I got right here. I like using a sponge because you can use the tip of it. And then I just wash it out with soap and use it again. Just dotting along the line. And this is good just to cover it, even if it doesn't edge coat like real edge coat. I just like covering the white up. I'm going to come back maybe with a thin brush. Let me wipe this off. And do the top. I may or may not. I may or may not. So there you go. There's that. Let me wipe my hands before I get all over my clothes. So now I'm going to put this to the side and do a little bit of the Lola while this is drying. This is dangerous with me having all this paint everywhere my sewing room. Scary. Scary, scary. Might get all over everything, knowing me. Okay, let's put all this paint away. So simple, so cheap. I got that fabric softener from Dollar Store. It's actually a $1.25 store now, but you know, the Dollar Store. And I'm going to sew up the handles. I'll do a little bit of Lola. I've already got a lot of it done. I say a lot. I don't have a lot of it done. I have the inside zipper pocket I did. Here's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to have blue paint all over my face. I got it on my hands. I need to go wash my hands. I am working on not, you know, I go through this all the time. Y'all have seen my previous videos, but I really am this time not going to buy any fabric or vinyl because I've got a whole thing over there and I got a whole thing over here from that day on my birthday when I went and got that fabric haul. And just got a ton of great fabric. And so my goal is not to purchase anything except maybe a zipper, and I might need some hardware. But probably zippers is the main thing. And just sew up what I can, purses and wallets. And until I can buy something and then sell those. And then I'll allow myself to buy some more. You know, in this economy, I'm just trying to be a good, wise steward of our money, which my husband appreciates very much. And I hope this doesn't come off on this white. I'm making this for me. Me. You know, every bag I'm like, I want to keep that. I want to keep it. I want to show you the 2 slings I made recently. Hang on just a second. Let me get it. Don't look in my room. It is a mess. So, I just mailed another Sandhill sling to a customer this week. And before I got sick, I cut this out and started sewing it. Now, you know how I did the patent leather and I had to put down a Teflon sheet? You need to do that with this too. This is pretty sticky. And it's very soft, which I love. And I may keep this for myself unless someone says they want to buy it. Then you know you kind of want to sell it. But I want something like this to take to New York so I can just whip it over my shoulder. But I used all the fabric I got on my fabric haul. I mean, like this was $1, except for the zippers, except for this. I got these plastic ones from, some from Joann's, and then I saw them at Walmart for like $1.97. I'm not keen on the ones from Walmart. I like where you can switch them both. And on the ones from Walmart, I found you have to kind of be careful how you place it when you sew. So this is the inside, and I have a little pocket right there. I don't always do the inside like she does it by the pattern. You just, you know, when you've been sewing all these pockets and zippers, you just do your own thing. I don't like the mesh stuff, so I just like a regular pocket, so I did a regular pocket. And then I did a zipper pocket over here. So it's got plenty of pockets. And I did the binding method. Aren't y'all proud of me? I'm telling you, I'm doing the binding all the time. So much easier. And then it's got the back zipper, which I love. And all this waterproof canvas I got from that fabric haul. Let me see what else. Oh, the straps. I found a new friend, a new vendor that I love because she's in Georgia. And I got this strap stuff from her. And it's Maddie B's she's on Etsy. Let me see. There's a couple of Maddie B's, so I want to make sure I get it right for her. Let's see. Here it is. Maddie B's Bags of More. MADDY BEE apostrophe S. 2 words. Bags of More. And she's got some zippers, and they're pretty reasonable. And these little strap things, what do you call those straps? This type of strap. Nylon webbing. It's like when I get on to do a video, I lose my brain. Don't even know the names of things. Anyway, she's got very reasonable zippers. And so on my strap here, I didn't do a, what did we just do? Edge coat. But I have a fabric marker and it's black, and I just took my black fabric marker and went down it so you don't see the white. And because this is kind of fabric, you know, the back side of it, and that's what it showed. So I did that one. This is the Wayfarer, which is the one zipper. There's a larger one. And then I did this Wayfarer because the one that I'm selling a lot of is brown, but it's this, let me show you, it's this brown. If I can find it. And this is from My Punt Broderie. This is from My Punt Broderie. This is Promo Brown. I don't think it's called brown. I think it's called terracotta. But the main sling I've sold this style, but with this fabric, this vinyl. Everybody loves it. And this is called, what is it called? Floral Embossed Orange. Now, it doesn't really look orange to me. It's more of a rust, but that's what they call it. And everybody loves it. I've sold purses with this stuff, and every time I show it on my Instagram or Facebook page, somebody wants it. So I didn't have any, and 2 other people wanted one like that, and it was going to take a while to come in, so I made this. And I haven't shown it yet. And I still have one lady that wants this, but she wants this, I think. So I'm going to see if she will take it in this, if she likes this. And I didn't have enough, so I just did a black strap. And I didn't do anything to the edge there. And then the webbing, again, is from Maddie B's. And this time, instead of using the fabric for my little D-ring connectors, I just use the webbing. And I like putting them on both sides, a D-ring on both sides so you can switch shoulders. And let's see, what else? All the inside is from that fabric haul of mine. And I love this color. To me, it goes with anything. My kitchen is actually painted in that color. And my den. My den's a little different color. So it's got that. I did not put a pocket on the inside of this one because it's just got that one pocket. And then, again, all waterproof canvas that I got from the fabric haul. I gotta go back to that place, but I cannot spend until I sew up a lot and sell it. And then I made a sandhill sling out of that faux suede that Kasaya uses a lot of. And I'm just gonna be honest, I don't like the feel of it. And it's kind of stiff. It's not real soft to me. That's just my personal opinion. I love the look of it. I just don't like the way it feels. And on the inside, I got waterproof canvas, and then I don't do hers like she calls for. I do just a regular big pocket, and I don't have a zipper pocket except for the front. And I did binding on this too. And this is all fabric that I got for free. from a friend of mine that gave me boxes of free fabric. And I got the webbing again from Maddie B's. And I did do the faux suede for the connectors here, but you can do the webbing. It gets kind of thick. So this I did. And I'm going to make up another one and see. I had 2 ladies that wanted this, so I might as well make one up. I'm going to try and sell those first before I do this. But I also got this. It comes in several colors. It comes in black. It comes in like a real pretty blue and a light blue. Do I have it? I do. Let me show you. Hang on a second. I'm up and down today. So I did this a long time ago. I probably need to advertise this again because I love this. This is in the teal kind of color. They got this color, the brown, and then I bought some recently before I decided to not spend. I got it in white. I don't know if you can see that real well. The pattern. Let me pull that to you. That my lights changed. The sun went away. Anyway, I'm gonna make me a summer purse out of the white. This is probably gonna be a summer purse too. I do have a lot of blue I wear, but white and black go with everything. And the last white and black purse I did, my mom wanted it, so I gave it to her. Every time I do a new purse, my mom wants it. So she's not getting this one. I need a white summer purse. Okay, this is the floral orange embossed. I guess they just call this the white. Is this the white? This is the white. So that's what I've been doing. Keeping my grandbaby. She's so precious. She's 5 months old today, in fact. And sewing for customers. I have a lady in Texas that she sees a purse and she goes, "Can you make this?" And so recently she showed me, which somebody on a page came up with, the same picture she sent me. Just about. Coach has a bag out like the Sandhill Sling, which is that smaller one. Just like this. But it's in their Coach leather, you know. And she said, "I saw a girl at church with this. Can you make me one?" And I said, "Well, I'll look for a pattern." And of course, immediately thought of the Sandhill Sling. But the one in the picture that she showed me looked smaller. So I looked at the measurements, and I looked at these measurements, and really this ends up being smaller. So I made her one, but I made her one out of the this faux leather from Bodio, champagne color. And she loves it. She loves it. But it was so funny. If you just go and look at trends from Coach and what's some other name brand? What's that lady's name? Kate Spade. You'll see a lot of patterns that our pattern makers make, and just make it like them. I mean, just, you know, use what you have on hand and make it. See if this is dry. I think this is pretty dry. What do you think? Oh, did I miss a spot? No, that's just a silver. Let me see if this one's dry. I still need to go wash my hands and get the blue off my hands. I think I need to touch that up right there. I think I'm going to put one more coat. So let's do that. While I got you on here. Y'all can visit with me while I do this. If we could only be live. So I could talk to my friends. So my husband and I are going to New York, which I'm a little worried about with all the crime. And I saw a newscast that said more than half the hotels in New York are occupied by illegal aliens. And I wouldn't have a problem with it if criminals didn't come along with them. You know, so that's my beef on that. But we're staying in a hotel. My husband gets hotel points because he travels a lot, so he gets all these hotel points, and so we're staying for free for 6 days. So we've been watching these videos, these people that live in New York tell you where to eat, the best place to get food. So I'm going to be eating up a storm. And I figure, because I'm not taking the subway, too much crime on the subway, and we're going to be walking everywhere, I figure I'll walk it off. Unless we take a double-decker bus. That's not recommended, but my sister-in-law, who's been, said she recommends it because you can get on and off where you want, but you just got to make sure that it's running and it hasn't canceled any stops. Because that's what happened to them. And they didn't know they canceled certain stops. That's pretty thick. I need to make the other one thicker. I first saw this edge coat stuff on a little boutique in a little town I go to shop. And I thought, wow, that's kind of, at first I thought it was kind of tacky because it was like a big glop. I mean, it's kind of, it's neat, smooth feeling, but it's kind of gloppy. But this girl was selling her stuff not cheap, for little things like PayPal, PayPals, like Pocket Pal. She was selling those with a lot of edge coat on them, and it wasn't cheap. And that's where I first saw it a while back, a few years back, in fact. I've almost decided, I don't know if I am. I say that, I change my mind. Life gets busy, and I'm like, forget it. I'm thinking about just go ahead and do a website with Etsy, even though they charge you all those fees. Just to have a website to send people, because that's the majority of things that people ask me, and they have friends that want to look at my stuff. And then they can look at it on my website. And plus, that way I won't have to do so many custom orders. I can just put it on my website for sale. That I like. Just, my thing is taking the time for pictures, keeping it stocked. I'm not the best picture taker. I got a box. I was going to do a box for my backdrop, and I bought some fabric, which I still have, and I still may do that, to take pictures, but I haven't done that yet. I'm always going to do something, but I never get to it on most things. Well, some things. One last one, and I'll let y'all go. And then y'all can jump back on when I put up my video to do the Lola. What is that song? I keep wanting to say Lola, Lola Cabana, but I don't think that's it. It's a different Lola song. I might tell you my age. I think that song was actually before my time. Oh, mercy. One of my son's friends, his roommate in college, we removed some of it, my son's stuff out. He's staying up in North Georgia. That's where he is working with the youth on staff at a church. And old car went by like a Studebaker. And I said, oh, look at that car. That's nice. And he said, is that what y'all drove when you were little? No. That was before my time too, actually. And then they thought I was in the hippies' time. And I was kind of just past the hippie time. It really wasn't that hippie-ish I mean, there was, but not like the California hippie type things. So I'm going to go rinse my brush, rinse my teaspoon, and rinse some paintbrush. Let that dry, and then I'm going to start on my Lola, and I'll bring y'all back in. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, and I can't wait to see you again. Take care.